Hello friends, here we will discuss the Advanced Bank Management CIB first paper. We will discuss module A of EBM. Module A is your economic analysis. And here we are going to discuss very first unit of module A, fundamental of economics. So friends, before starting to the syllabus, let's have a brief overview about module A of the EBM. Module A is the economic analysis. Okay, here we have to discuss all about the economy, and in that module A, we are having almost 11 units. We are having the 11 units. That means 11 chapters we will have, and out of that 8 to 9 almost are the theory unit. 8 to 9 chapters are theory, and rest 2 to 3 we can say have the numerical part. Okay, so that we have to discuss. So how the question can be framed? See, in module A of the ABM, you may have the direct questions, you may get the direct question, you may get the numericals, also some case study. Also there is chances of getting case study, and also some graphical questions. Okay, so these are the overview how the questions can be in your examination for module A of the economics. Okay, and here see chapter 6, 7 and 9, chapter 6, 7 and 11, chapter 6, 7 and 11, these are about the Indian economy. So that complete theory part that we will discuss in the short. Okay, so this is just overview about module A of EABM. So here we will start our first chapter, first unit of module A, that is the fundamental of economics. So here we will get some idea about the economics. So what do you mean by economics? So friends, see here, economics, the term economics is derived from the oikonomia. The term economics is derived from the oikonomia. It is the Greek word. The oikonomia is the Greek word, which is referred to the household management. Okay, so what do you mean by economics? First is the term derived from the Greek word oikonomia, and which means basically the household management, how you are managing. Okay, that is the household management in house, how you are managing, that is the household management, which refer to the oikonomia, which is the Greek word. And when we bifurcate, see here again, eco means home, and nomos means the account. So basically the term economics is derived from the oikonomia, which is the Greek term, and which is having meaning of overall household management. Okay, so this is the just history about the economics. Now what do you mean by economics? See, basically the economics deals with the production, allocation and use of goods and services. Okay, so what is economics? Economics is basically deals with the production, means what you are producing, how you are allocating what the resources, and how and the use of the goods and services. So whatever you are producing, how they are being used. Okay, so basically, for example, say you are having a factory. In that factory you are producing, say for example, pens. So basically how much capital you have invested, right? How much laborers are working in that factory, and what is the purpose of your that pens are being used. So all these is nothing but the economics. Okay, so basically economics is simply, it deals with the production, allocation and use of the goods and services. Okay, now it is just a brief overview about the economics. So friends, how you can define the economics, right? So when you have a concern about the definition of economics, here comes the major role, that different economists have defined economics in their own way. Okay, so that's why we will discuss the definition of economics by the various economists. Okay, so first economist is the Adam Smith. How Adam Smith has contributed in the economics and how he defined the economics. Next we have to discuss is the Alfred Marshall, and the third is the Lionel Robin. Okay, that are three economists we are going to discuss here. So first, how economics is defined by the Adam Smith. So remember friends, Adam Smith is also called as the father of modern economics. Okay, there may be a one-liner MCQ. Who is the father of modern economics? So Adam Smith is the father of modern economics. See the book. The Adam Smith has wrote a book. The name of book is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of a Nation, which is published in 1776. So again, second MCQ. Who wrote the book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of a Nation? It is written by the Adam Smith, which is the father of modern economics, and that book is written in 1776. Okay, that you have to remember. One liner MCQ, straightforward. Who is the father of modern economics? Adam Smith is the father of modern economics. And he wrote which book? He wrote a book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of a Nation, which is published in the 1776. Right. Now, how he defined the economics? How Adam Smith defined economics? See, economics he viewed as what? As a study of wealth. So, the focus of Adam Smith when we discuss the economics, Adam Smith was focused only more on what? On wealth. According to the Adam Smith, economics is nothing but the study of wealth. Hence, his definition of economics is also called as the wealth definition. Again, one liner MCQ. The wealth definition is given by Adam Smith. So here, every line contributes. Every line has a potential to frame a question. Okay. So remember, Adam Smith he is the father of modern economics. He wrote a book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of a Nation, which is published in 1776. Economics viewed as a study of wealth, hence his definition is called as the wealth definition. Okay, this is all about the Adam Smith, who have given contribution in the economics. Now, next scientist is the Alfred Marshall. So friends, Alfred Marshall is the second economist who defined economics as what? As the study of mankind in the ordinary business of a life. That means he viewed economics in the perspective of welfare. And hence his definition is called as the welfare definition. So you have to remember here the Alfred Marshall given definition about the economics, and his definition is called as the welfare definition. And what Alfred Marshall says, according to him, economics is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. He is talking economics in connection with the ordinary business life. So that's why he has given more importance to the human mankind. That's why his definition is called as the welfare definition. Okay, and third scientist which we have to discuss is the Lionel Robin. Okay, this is the third economist who given definition of economics as what he said: economics is the science which studies human behavior as the relationship between the ends and scare. And a scare means which is having alternative uses. So here, first, what do you mean by end? So friends, here end is end means wants. End means wants, which never end. For example, you are having a two-wheeler, then you will demand for the four-wheeler, right? Then after that you will say I will buy a chartered. Okay, so that means your wants never end. So here remember, ends is nothing but it referring the want, and human wants are unlimited, right? Human wants are unlimited. So for example, if you are having a clerk, you want to become an officer, then you want to become a manager, then you want to become a senior manager, chief manager, right? A regional head, zonal manager, like that, right? That means human wants are unlimited. That means what? Human wants are unlimited, and human wants are nothing but the ends. So remember, here end refer to the wants. What you want here, end is nothing but the wants. And scarce means what? Basically the meaning of a scarce is nothing but the you are having insufficiency, or we can say deficient. insufficient. That means you are having limited, or we can say limited. Scarcity means limited. Scarcity means limited. And here, for example, say money you are having limited. So, and you are having option to buy bread, or you can have option to buy the book, right? So which option you will choose? Obviously you will choose the bread. That means money you are having which is have the alternative uses, right? So that's why here and refer to the, I repeat, here and refer to the wants which are unlimited, and scarcity which means which have the alternative uses. That is a limit, that is a limited. Scarce means limited, and which have the alternative uses. So here back to the Lionel Robin, the third economist, Lionel Robin. According to him, economics is the science which studies human behavior, as the relationship between what? Between ends and scare. Okay, and scarce means the having alternative uses, and ends refer to the want. So basically the relationship between your wants and the resources, right? That is nothing but given by the Lionel Robin. The relationship between what you want and what the resources you are having, how the relationship between them, it is nothing but the definition given by the Lionel Robin. The study of wants and resources, study between connection of wants and resources is nothing but the economics according to the Lionel Robin. So I repeat, according to the Lionel Robin, economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between the ends and scare. That means you are having unlimited wants, but you are having limited resources, same money. So how the relationship between them, and you are studying that, is nothing but the economics according to the Lionel Robbins. Okay, and that's why his definition is called as the scarcity definition. His definition is called as the scarcity definition. Okay, so one important thing again you have to remember, that man is a rational being and which can make a choices. So for example, definitely if you are having say 10,000 rupees, so you will have a choice to buy the cell phone, you will have a choice to buy the new phone, or you will have a choice to buy the television, new television for your household purpose. So that means you are having choices, and that's why the man is a rational being and he can make a choices. So there may be a question, according to which scientist man is the rational being. So remember, according to the Lionel Robbins, man is the rational being. Okay, and one important bit also you have to remember, that the Paul Samuelson has also given the economics definition, and his definition is called as the growth definition. The growth definition is not mentioned in your book Macmillan, but it is in your syllabus. So just remember the beat, that the growth definition, the growth perspective of economics, that is the growth definition, is given by Paul Samuelson. Okay, so it is also important you have to remember. So friends, what we have discussed till yet is the economics and the different scientists who defined the economics. So in short, see again, definition of economics is given by different scientists. First is the Adam Smith, and his definition is called as the wealth definition. Second is the Alfred Marshall, and his definition is called as the welfare definition. And third is the Lionel Robin, his definition is called as the scarcity definition. So in Adam Smith's wealth definition, economics is the study of wealth. That's why it is the wealth definition, and that means how being wealth is being produced and consumed, that is being studied. That's why it is simply the wealth definition. In case of Alfred Marshall, it is the definition is the his definition is the welfare definition, and it is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. He viewed economics as a science of human welfare, and wealth is the means to welfare. Wealth is the commodity that gives man satisfaction or utility or welfare. That means what? Alfred Marshall has given the definition of economics. His definition is called as the welfare definition, right? And he viewed economics as what? As a science of a human welfare. whatever the economics is nothing but the science of a human welfare. That's why his definition is called as the welfare definition. According to the Alfred Marshall, economics is nothing but how you are utilizing the sources for the welfare of a human being. Simply, that's why his definition is called as his definition is the welfare definition. And now the third is the Lionel Robin. It is called as the its definition is called as the scarcity definition, and it is the study of a human behavior as a relationship between what, ends and scars. Here ends means the wants and scars means which have the alternative uses, right? And this states that the economics as the study of ends and means. Here ends refer to the wants and means refer to the means which are having alternative uses. Resources basically means the resources which are having alternative uses, right? So what we have discussed, I repeat, there is chances of framing a question like Adam Smith's definition is called as the wealth definition, Alfred Marshall's definition is called as the welfare definition, and Lionel Robbins' definition is called as the scarcity definition. Okay, so they may give three scientists and their definitions, and they may ask match the following pairs also. Okay, so that you have to remember. And also Paul A. Samuelson's definition is also called as the growth definition. That also you have to remember. Now, what do you mean by microeconomics and macroeconomics? Okay, simply that is two simple terms we will discuss here. Microeconomics. Microeconomics means the part of economics that deals with the individual entity. What do you mean by micro? Micro means small. Micro. So that's why simply the name itself you can easily remember. Micro means small, right? Micro. So that's why there is the part of economics. It is the economics which deals with what? Individual entity. Micro means small. That's why we are dealing with the individual entity. And who is the founder of a microeconomics? Here they may give the word founder or the father. Okay. Generally the founder or father of a microeconomics is again the Adam Smith, who is the father of also the modern economics. Okay, that we have to remember. And here microeconomics is also called as the price theory. Is also called as the price theory. So friends, what do you mean by microeconomics and what do you mean by macroeconomics? Micro means simply the part of economics. Here we are dealing with the individual entity. And then what about the macro? See, macroeconomics is simply the part of economics where we deal with aggregate level. Aggregate level means what? It is also called as the aggregative economy, because we are dealing at aggregate level. Means what? We are dealing economy as a whole. We are dealing economy as a whole. So, and remember, the father of macroeconomics is the J.M. Keynes. So it is very, very important. In the last previous examination, the question was there for 1 mark, 1-liner MCQ, that who is the father of macroeconomics. So you have to remember the father of macroeconomics is the J.M. Keynes. Okay, so what do you mean by micro and macro? I again give you here a brief. Microeconomics and the macroeconomics. Micro means you are dealing with the individual, and macro means you are dealing with the at aggregate level. Aggregate level means economy as a whole you are dealing, right? For example, say if you are taking decision about the individual firm, if you are taking the decision about the your household, and that is the micro level. If you are taking decision at aggregate level, that means at a large level. Macro means at a large level, means for example economy of what? Of a country, then GDP of a country, that is at a macro level, that means large level. That is the part of macroeconomics. So simply I here can easily differentiate. See, macro versus macro. Micro means at individual level. For example, firm or a company, right? And macro means at a large level. At a large level. For example, GDP. You calculate the GDP of a country, right? Then unemployment rate. What is the unemployment rate? You will not calculate the unemployment rate at an individual. It is the unemployment rate at the at a large level, say at a country level, right? So it is large level, that means it is at the macro level. right? So what is the profit of a firm? It is at an individual level or a micro level, so it is the microeconomics. When we talk about the GDP, unemployment, right, inflation, again inflation, these are the term which coined, which describe at a large level. So we will call under that is the micro versus macro. So remember, micro means a small level, micro means individual level, not small, particularly at individual level. And here macro means at a large level. Large means what? At aggregate level. So for example, you can remember, decision taken for the firm, for the household, these are at a micro level, and the decision taken at a large level, at aggregate level, are nothing but the, for example, GDP. Then you can say the inflation rate, unemployment rate. These are the example for the macroeconomics. Okay, now who is the father of macroeconomics? I have told the J.M. Keynes. Okay, so friends, one important you have to note here, that when we discuss in our theory of fourth chapter, we are going to discuss in that, you will see the classical theory of classical theory, then Keynesian theory, that lot of term you will get there. So here you can say the first Adam Smith has published a book in 1776, right? We all know, right? We have discussed in the beginning of the class. Here the period of 1776 to the 1936, that period of economics is called as the classical. In that period, the most of the economists which were believed that at economics is at a micro level. Okay, so that's why that period is called as the classical economist. For example, Adam Smith, right? Adam Smith, who wrote the book of what? An Inquiry into the Nation, right, in 1776. The period in which that 1776 to the 1936, that economists are called as the classical economist. And the period up in the range of 1936 to the 1975, these economics that economists are called as the Keynesians, or they can call as the Keynesian economist. Okay, so don't here additional, this is not your part of syllabus, but as additional information to have more clarity about the subject, that you can refer. Okay, now so when I say the scientist is the Keynesian, that means he belong to that period. When I say this scientist is the classical economist, so that means this was belonging to the that period. Okay, so here in case of a classical economist, they were focused more on the wealth, and here they are focusing more economy. They have viewed economy as a at aggregate level. Okay, so these are the simple terms. Now there are three problems in the economic organization. Every economic organization, every company, say every organization has three problems. Okay, you remember how many problems are there? There are three problems. What are the problems? First problem is that what commodities are to be produced and in what quantity it should be produced. This is the first problem of an organization. Second, how that goods or commodities should be produced. And third, for whom this good to be produced. For example, so say for example, if you are producing, for example, say umbrella, you are a company and you are producing in that company the umbrella. Okay, so what commodities are to be produced? First we decided umbrella we will produce, and in what quantity you are going to produce. Okay, this is the first problem. Second problem, how these goods to be produced. So how we are going to produce, whether we are using any technology or we are using the labors. Okay, so how we are going to produce, that is the second problem. And third, for whom these goods are to be produced. So for whom we are producing, whether we are producing that umbrella mainly for the rainy season, whether we are producing that should be used in both seasons, summer as well as the rainy season, or whether we are producing that umbrella with a very high quality of a material that should and having very high cost, so that only the rich people are able to purchase. So remember, the problem is what we are going to produce and in what quantity. Second problems, how we are going to produce, and third, for whom we are going to produce. Okay, for whom, generally either for the rich people or for poor people, that we have to judge. Okay, so remember there are three problems. There may be a question, how many problems in every economic organization? In every economic organization there are three problems. There are three problems you are going to face. First, what and in what you are going to produce and in what quantity. Second, how to produce, and third, for whom to produce. So to solve that three problems, the solution of that three problem is nothing but type of economics. So remember, when you solve that three problem, you will get types of economies. So for example, what and how you are going to produce, how and what and how you are going to produce. Okay, so if you are producing and how you are producing and for whom you are producing. So if you get solution to this problem, that your economic organization or economy will lead to the types of economy. How, that we are going to discuss. Okay, so see, first type of economy, we have to discuss types of economies. Definitely this is very easy. You have discussed that you have learned that three types of economy in your school days. Okay, that is very basic. I am not going to discuss in a detail because you all know, right? So first type of economy is a market economy. It is also called as the capitalistic economy. That means what? Here the individual and the private firm make a major decision about the production and consumption. In this type of economy, the laws of demand and supply operate freely, and a market force determine the prices. For example, USA. So what do you mean by market or capitalistic economy? Here your demand and supply operate freely. That means what is the price of your rice? What is the price of rice is not decided by the government. The price of rice will be decided by what? By the company which is selling that rice. Right. That is the main thing that you have to remember. In case of a market or capitalistic economy, all the decision, that means major decision about what to produce and who will be the consumer, that is decided by what? Individual entity or the private firm. That means government is not deciding. That is the market or capitalistic economy. Okay, and here note, the extreme case of a market economy is nothing but the laissez-faire economy. Means what? Extreme case means what? Here government does not interfere in the decision. That means government will have a zero interference. That is called as laissez-faire economy. So in the period after industrial revolution, England went in that situation. England. Okay, but now England has also some control over the different organization and the economy. That's why England is also now came out from the laissez-faire economic situation. Okay, so what do you mean by market economy? Here government does not interfere in the market. Simply whatever the company or whatever the firm is producing different goods, that have choices to sell it, and definitely the company or the firm will sell the goods at a high price. So only profit is the motive here. Making high profit is the motive in the market and the market or the capitalistic economy. Okay, and the extreme case of a market or the capitalist economy, that means here government will not interfere anyhow. That means very extreme case, that is called as the laissez-faire economy. Okay, this is the first. Now second is the command economy. It is also called as the socialist economy. So name itself you can easily remember. Now command or socialist, that means who can give the command? Obviously government can give the commands. Okay, so obviously we can say the government own majority of the resources and the enforces the decision. So here in case of a command economy, government is having a very important role. Government, so different company or a different firm will be owned by what? Government. For example, say the best example for command economy is the public sector banks, right? Who own the public sector bank? Government own the public sector bank. Who makes the decision about the public sector bank? Obviously government will take the decision which is scheme to be launched. That is the best example. That means different companies are owned by the government. Okay, that means for example, say Kerala state. Kerala is a socialist state, right? We all know, and which generally follow the command of socialist economy. How? See, this is just for your understanding purpose. Okay, in Kerala, the majority decisions are taken by the government. For example, government is having different companies or firm. For example, say the Kerala, the bank is there, Kerala Cooperative Bank, owned by the Kerala state government. Then the beverage company is also there, which is owned by the Kerala. There are also soap manufacturing company owned by the Kerala state government. There are different companies which are owned by the Kerala state government. That means the control over the market is by the government. So government own majority of the resources, that is companies you can say, and enforces the decision. That means in case of the command or socialist economy, government has a main role. Okay, we can say government make all the decision, government make all the economic decision about the production and the distribution. Okay, for example, which example is the best? Old USSR, that is a Union of a Soviet Socialist Republic. You all know, remember in 1991, that USSR, that is a Union of a Soviet Socialist Republic, break into the different countries, and Russia is one of the part of that country, that is largest part. Okay, so remember Rus, that is Russia, and USSR is nothing but how they are related. Russia is one of the part of a USSR, but in 1991 that big part of USSR is a break into the small different country, and Ukraine is also one of them country. Now currently there is a war between the Russia and Ukraine. Okay, so remember the how the theory is related with how the economics is related with your history. So again come to the back. Command economy is the economy where all the decisions are taken by what? Taken by the government. That means major decision taken by the government. That means government have a control over the market. So that means prices will be decided by what? Government. For example, government will decide that the medicine will not sell maximum MRP for the say medicine will be 100. So beyond that you cannot sell. That is government can pass an order. Okay, so this is the command economy. Okay, and example is old USSR, not Russia. Russia is not example. Russia has now opened their economy to other countries also. So old USSR was the best example. Now in today's context, what we can say? North Korea. North Korea is in today's context is the also the example for the command economy. North Korea, not South Korea. Remember North Korea. Then what is a mixed economy? Simply mixed means mixed. It is having element of both market as well as the command economy. That means here the private companies will also be there, and public sector companies also will be there. For example, there will be SBI also, and there will be ICICI also. That means private also, government also. That means there is a mixed economy. That means here the government play an important role in overseeing the function of a market by passing different laws and regulation, where private and public sector complement to each other. That means mixed means simply we are having feature of both market and command economy. For example is the India, and I want to tell you very important fact. In today's context, remember in today's context, no economy in the world, no economy in the world is purely market. Remember, purely, no purely market, no purely command. In today's context in the world, we can say all our economy are mixed economy. Practically this is I am saying mixed economy, because it is not possible to stay capitalistic for a long time. It is not possible to stay command or socialist economy as a whole time. We have seen the result of Rus, we have seen the result of England, right? So in today's context, every economy is somehow controlled by the government and somehow opened for the foreign companies to invest, right? So we can say in today's context every economy is mixed economy. Okay, so for your better understanding, you can remember mixed economy best example is India. For a command economy, best example is old USSR, and for capitalistic or market economy, the best example is what? USA. Okay, this is very easy to remember. So we have discussed here, I repeat what we have discussed. So here is what do you mean by economics? We have discussed economics, right? In that economics, what is definition of economics, which is given by different scientists. First we have discussed is the wealth definition, who is given by the Adam Smith. Second, we have discussed a welfare definition, which is given by the Alfred Marshall, right? And third is the scarcity definition. It is given by the Lionel Robin. Okay, that three definition you have to remember, which are the most important. Next, we have discussed is the growth definition. Growth definition is given by the Paul A. Samuel. Okay, that you have to remember. And next important, what is microeconomics and what is macroeconomics? So micro means at a small level or at an individual level, whereas macro means at a large level, or we can say at a aggregate level. For example, for micro, decision about household items or a decision about individual company or individual firm is under the microeconomics. And macro means large, so all about your GDP, unemployment rate, inflation, these comes under the macro, that is aggregate means large level. Okay, now next we have discussed about economy having different types. There are three problems to the economy that we have discussed, and a solution to that problem is nothing but the type of economies. So first we have discussed is the capitalistic economy, second is the socialist economy, and third is the mixed economy. Capitalistic means government will having no interfere, only private player will have a major role. In case of socialist, government will have a major role. In case of mixed, both private as well as public sector exist. Okay, this is all about the mixed. So here I repeat, there are three problems, right? And I have said the solution to that problem is nothing but type of economics. So how? See, first is the market or capitalistic economy. So if you have to follow market or capitalistic economy, how you get solution? See, what commodity are to be produced and in what quantity is to be produced. If you are having a market or capitalistic economy, that means you are going to produce the things which can be sold at a high profit. Okay, so you will not produce medicine, you will produce only the good quality of a clothes, or which gives you high margin. So what to be produced? I am not going to produce the bread and butter, I am producing the electronics and the clothes which will give me high profit. Okay, this is the condition, this is this solution for what? This is the one of the feature of a market economy. How to be produced? To in case of a market economy, only my motive is to earn more profit. So how to produce? With giving lowest wages to the worker, with using high technology. So that will be the feature of market economy. For whom you are producing? For rich people or poor people? I want to make high profit, so I will produce for the rich people. So this is the solution for that three problem. You have to follow the market economy. Now for what? For a socialist economy, what to produce? If you are following socialist economy, that means government will control. For poor people, they will work, right? So what to produce? I will produce a medicine instead of and what quantity? As per the government order. How to produce? I will produce with the help of a labor, so that labor will get the work and they will live happily. That is the socialist economy. And for whom to be produced? For poor people or rich people? I will produce for the rich people or poor people? I will produce for the poor people, which is the mass of that country. So these are the feature of socialist economy. Okay, and third is the mixed economy. So what you are producing, both we will produce for a poor as well as rich. That means medicine also I will produce, and I will also produce the electronics item or the good quality of cloth. That means both poor and rich. How to produce? I will use partial use of a technology and partial use of labor. Okay, that means mixed. And for whom you are producing? I will produce both the quality, high quality as well as low quality, so that you poor as well as rich people can enjoy. That means you are having the feature of what? Mixed economy. Okay, so remember how solution to these three problems is nothing but the types of economics and how they are related I have explained. So remember, this first chapter I have given a detailed explanation. So you can do one thing, you can subscribe us on YouTube Banker Zone. You can also join our group on Telegram, CAIIB Banker Zone. For that you can search @CAIIB PZ. You can download the application from Play Store, Bankers Zone CAIIB.